Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today's card is what I made for Valentine's Day. I had this idea swimming around in my head and it took me a little while to figure out how I wanted to try to make it happen. So I call this style card a bridge card. You can see there are 3 different little panels that go across the front of the card, and I have bridged them using some different shapes to connect them, just like that. Here we go. This is another one similar. There's that beautiful Capri glitter paper, and this is the paper pack. It is called, let's see what it's called here, Smitten. Some really cute little valentine patterns in there. So let's put one of these together. I did pull in the months of the year February. I'm using this Be My Valentine and this little heart image on here. These are still available. If you are limited in how many stamps you can have, I recommend these months of the year stamps because they cover lots of different things, have lots of different imagery, and hit a lot of the highlighted holidays over the year. So these are a great resource for a limited or any stamp collection. I also used the stitched hearts. You don't have to use stitched hearts. You could use any heart. On glitter paper it does show up, but it's not super noticeable, so I think that a plain heart would be fine. These are retired. Then I also pulled in the stitched rectangle frames. These are meant to make shaker cards. That is their primary initial use. But I love the shapes. When you cut out your shape, you can see all of that detailing here. You end up with this part here. This is the frame that is intended for a shaker card. But as a bonus, you get the stitched detailing, you can see it there, on the inside rectangle piece, which is also handy. And you can see on my cards here that I used both pieces. On this one I am going to use the frame, but this is what those 2 different pieces look like, and they are very versatile as well. So I have a piece of Capri Cardstock. This is 5.5 by 4¼ inches tall. This is going to be our background. Then I have a piece of Kraft Cardstock. This is 5¼ by 4. You can see how that nestles on there nicely. I have 3 pieces of Kraft Cardstock that are 1½ inches by 5½ inches. 3 of those. And then I have that middle-sized framework, the heart, and 2 pieces of pattern paper. This is actually the same, but our pattern papers are double-sided, so I just flipped one of them over, and they are 1 by 4. First thing I'm going to do is stack these on top of each other and take my little scissors and flag the ends of these. This is preference. You don't have to do this to make this card design work, but I think it looks cute. And just like that, I cut up to the middle, and then I come in from the outside to that middle cut, and you end up with cute little banners. So let's get this puppy rolling. And I eyeball this. I do not measure. What I'm going to do is take this piece here, and I am going to lay it on top, pick it up, and fold this end over. Give it a little little burnish with my bone folder, and that's how I make this front flap. And I'm going to do this with each one of these. You certainly could use a scoreboard and score them. I find this works just fine. It's just laying it on top, folding it over, giving it a little burnish. The next thing you need to do is attach these. I eyeball. I have it laying on my grid, and I stick the outside edge one about halfway in between this first 1/4 inch mark on here. I lay it down, hold it in place, I'm pinching it. Then I take my glue and run some glue on that flap, fold the flap down. I turn it over to make sure I didn't shift. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. So I'm laying this down about halfway. And again, pinch that. Flip it over. Put your glue on there. I use glue. You can use whatever floats your boat. If you like tape runner, that's certainly fine. Whatever you prefer to use. Then the middle one, I stick it in here and eyeball split the difference. I find that's the easiest way for me to make it look even without driving myself crazy trying to measure. If measuring is your game, go for it. I'm not doing that math. So now we have our 3 flaps, 1, 2, and 3. And at this point, you can glue this to your front panel, to that Capri piece. And I'm going to line that up and press it down. Here's where we're going to start our bridge, and I lay it on here, give it a look, and kind of eyeball putting my glue on. So hopefully I don't run into some issue with it gooping all over the place in those little spaces. We'll see. We'll see how I do. If it does run over, you just pick it up. And it looks like I did pretty well. Got a little bit there. We can rub that off. Hold that in place. And now we want to attach these little panels. And I'm leaving it hang so that the end of the flag doesn't extend over the edge of the card. Just right about there. And I'm going to put a little glue here and lift this side up and do a little glue here. You only want to put glue on these little strips. Don't go over or you'll glue your card shut, and that would make you sad. Same thing here. I am lining the edge of the banner up so that it doesn't extend over the edge of my card. And I'm going to do a little glue here. And a little glue on this one. And there we've created our bridge. And the little heart can go right in the middle. You can put the little heart wherever you want. Just making sure that you keep your glue centered so that it doesn't end up with glue in those gaps, because then you will glue your card shut and it will make you sad. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I am going to do a little stamping here. I have some Capri Ink. Thought that would be pretty to go with the Capri Cardstock. And I am looking where this strip is. I'm going to put my finger where that is so that I know approximately where to stamp my image so that it doesn't show. If it shows, it's not the end of the world, but I think it's a fun surprise if it doesn't show. And there you go. Super simple bridge card using the Smitten paper from Close to My Heart and Capri and Kraft. And oh, I forgot to mention, this is our raspberry cardstock, which you can find. And I will give you a quick tip. When you're looking at a pattern paper pack from Close to My Heart, it lists all of the different colors of cardstock that coordinate with the paper pack. Right on that zip, we call it a zip strip, the identifying strip, the branding strip, whatever you call it. Those colors are listed for you, so it takes the guesswork out. I hope you will give this bridge card a try. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed, crafty day, and I'll see you next time.